How's it going? Bill Wick here. I wanted to touch base with you for my nightly video, and I wanted to share a little bit of some things that have been going on with me lately in my business and in my life. I've noticed since I've been pursuing this dream of being a transformational trainer and having these powerful workshops and really taking my business to the next level, that my hypnosis and life coaching business, my private practice that I've had for the last 4 years, has been taking a pretty heavy hit. All of which is obviously my creation to choose to pursue something that is bigger. And I've noticed that as I've been pursuing the transformational trainings, as I've been networking and connecting with people, in the city and all over the country, um, my income has definitely gone down substantially. And the lifestyle that I live, there's a lot of expenses, personal expenses for the cars and the real estate and everything like that. And also just, it's one of those things where I trust myself and I trust you guys and I trust my God that this will be fruitful. I have no doubt that it will be. But it's a little nerve-wracking when I see, the cash flow, the significant change that it's had on my cash flow. Um, However, I've been planning meticulously these groups that I'm having. I've been planning the upsells. I've been planning on having that 100-person minimum event that I discuss as my breakthrough goal before we meet again in Arizona. And I do believe it's going to come to fruition, but I will be honest, there are doubts that loom in my mind. Now, these doubts are based in self-centered fear. The doubts that I have, I don't give validity to them. I don't actually believe it. But I just wanted to check in and get vulnerable and get honest about the fact that they are there. And when the doubts come, they usually come as doubting in myself or doubting that people will really see the true value of what it is that I have to offer, even though all the evidence is to the contrary. Um, what I've noticed is that the doubts usually come when I began to worry about finances, or I began to kind of get in that scarcity mindset. And so I'm choosing to shift out of that. I'm choosing to embrace these feelings and accept the feelings of doubt and accept the limitations that my lower mind may feed me when I get in these spots, and then shift forward to my vision and relentlessly, with unwavering faith, focus on the fact that this is not about me, that this really isn't all about Bill. This is using Bill as an instrument to create and facilitate massive changes in people's lives. The same privileges that I had when I went through all the programs that I went through, you know. And when I can get myself out of the way, when I can get my ego out of the way and all my little petty needs, and I can realize that collectively, this vision that I have, that we have, is fucking huge. Excuse me for the cuss word. It's big, okay? It's probably a lot bigger than most of us can even really comprehend on an intellectual level, because it's beyond the intellect. It is something that transcends the intellect. It goes into the spirit. It goes into self-actualization. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's a pyramid, and at the top is self-actualization. At the bottom are our survival needs, and then we move up to our social needs, and so on and so forth. But when I can move myself out of the way, now yes, I do realize I do need money, I do need prosperity, and on and on and on. However, moving my ego away and being of service for just a moment, I know that everything is going to be fine, that there is true value in this, and the value is beyond the energy of money, because essentially money is energy. When I provide a service to one of my clients, say we're doing something, of a transformative nature, and they come in and I charge them, $300 per hour. or whatever it is that I choose to charge because I see it's fit. That exchange of energy that happens when the client leaves and the client is brimming with a confidence and with a power and a charisma and a grace and a momentum that they've never seen before, the client sees it as a fair exchange of energy. And because of that, it is not about the money. It's not about the $300 freaking dollars. It's about the value of the service. And not only that, it's not about me. I don't create some massive paradigm shift in another individual. That's just not possible. The individual creates it within themselves. I simply facilitate it. I am a guide. Just as all of this work that we're doing, including Jack Canfield's, we are facilitating greater change. Yet the change that occurs and the transformation that occurs, I give credit to the Creator for that. Because I am not God. I do not believe that any human beings walking the earth at this current moment are the creator of the entire universe. And because of that, I believe that we're all instruments for change. But essentially, it is not us that create the transformation. This is not a one-way street. When somebody comes in and they open their heart and they become bleedingly vulnerable, they're playing a big part in their own transformation. And I need to kind of hear myself say that because a lot of times, I have been caught up before where I've believed that I'm responsible for the change. When I first started doing hypnosis or some of this change work. Now, I wouldn't, boastfully take the credit, but in my mind, I would think about how great I am and neglect the fact that the client is the one who had the willingness to come to me, to pay me money, and to follow my suggestions to guide themselves into this beautiful shift that occurs. Therefore, moving Bill out of the way. Now, did I play a part in it? Absolutely. But the concept of being humble and the concept of having humility says that I move myself out of the way and I give the credit to the person that deserves the credit, the person that the credit is important to, the client and God. With that being said, I don't think there's too much else to say. I am grateful for you guys. I am grateful for this work, and I know that God is going to take care of me, that I am going to do the work to facilitate God coming through and creating abundance in my life and massive change in, the people that I work with. So that it ends up being a win-win. But the most important thing is raising the consciousness of other human beings, in turn raising my own. The abundance and the prosperity comes as a beautiful and a wonderful byproduct of doing something as valuable as this. I love you guys. I hope you're able to get something out of this. See you later.